those of you not in the know, Dexter was a show on Cartoon Network that ran from 1996 to 2003. It had 4 seasons. You do the math. Created by Genji Tartakovsky, this movie can be seen as the unofficial end because it's his farewell to it. He left as creative director and the show continued without him. And it really shows in its decline in quality, its significant decline in quality. It became stale and just the writing became god-awful. Dexter's Ego Trip is a great movie full of action, excitement, and just beautiful animation. It's funny, it's quick, it's very energetic. I say let's give it a viewing. My only critique about this intro is Mandark's lab. We've seen it before in the series, and it looks like a normal laboratory. This very gothic architecture, though beautiful in its design, can be attributed to the bastardization of further incarnations in Season 3 and Season 4, when Mandark has become a supervillain as opposed to just a rival to Dexter's intellect.
Yes! With this all-powering neuratomic protocore in my possession, I will make the world mine! Ha ha ha!
This movie is actually a turning point for the character Mandark, who at this point was just a nuisance only to Dexter. He was a competing scientist. That's all. They fought because they were fighting over glory, not over who will rule the world. Now they have changed his lab from a normal laboratory to a very gothic, demon-encrusted gem. Where'd I get a cat?
Dee-Dee.
Yes, he's a supervillain now, but he still has a soft spot for his Dee-Dee. We all have some soft spots.
Stop your gibberish, woman. I have no time for you today. Much too much has happened, so I bid you adieu. Goodbye, sister. You know the exit is this way. Goodbye. You're not Dee-Dee.
We are here to destroy the one who saved the future.
Dexter is attacked by a number of droids from the future that are really quite cool. As cool as these murder bots are, they do lead into one of the weirdest and most questionable sequence of events that Dexter does. He panics. Yes, longtime viewers of the show know that Dexter would quite frequently panic if anything didn't go his way, but he would have to invent something to get over that obstacle where he would feel safe, secure, and overcome it. In this, he just panics and immediately remembers, oh yeah, I'm a genius, hits a button, and as cool as it is, killing these murder bots, it diminishes his initial panic. Anyway, Dexter finds out that he's
I must be something else for somebody to go through all of this trouble.
the coolest thing since sliced bread in the future. Wow, that's an old saying, especially from their point of view, and decides that he should go into the future and see how awesome he gets. And quickly realizes that people move!
Your laboratory? This is our rec room.
After having the cops called on him, he has to escape from his old house where everything is rearranged. Apparently some of his old escape still exist. He is immediately discovered by some droid, and it decides to scan his retinas to find out who he actually is.
Why are you not at your workstation?
Workstation? I don't work. I'm a boy.
I don't work, I'm a boy? How I wish I could say that. It brings him to what you would expect.
You number 12! Are neither.
Yeah, great slow reveal. It's not like we've heard Mandark's voice 1,000 times before. You know, if you want to surprise us, change it up a little. Anyway, Young Dexter's thrown into his older counterpart's cubicle and forced to watch his own public flogging. And I have to ask this. Has this scene affected anyone else's sexual proclivity as much as it's affected mine?
Now make a wish.
Number 12?
Again!
Number 12?
No? Really? And do you think that the younger generation, the one that this movie was designed for, would get the Roots reference? While in the middle of chewing himself out, Dexter rediscovers the neuroatomic protocore in the cubicle with some new schematics that will change the fate of the world. And that re-inspires him to believe himself a genius yet again. There's a reason this movie's called Ego Trip, goddammit! There's a reason!
Friend, you are not just a number, you are a genius! What is your name?
After re-inspiring himself and agreeing that they will both go into the future to see how cool they are, they accidentally leave the neuroatomic protocore in the hands of Mandark. This can only be good. Genius is my ass. You know, Oscar Wilde once said the only thing worse than not getting what you want is getting it. They travel into the future so far that they will wind up in a museum of themselves. And stumbling across the brain of Mandark and continue to body shame him? Or anti-body shame him? I don't know. Cartoons in this era were weird.
Hello? Hi. Hello? Hello? Hey. What? Hello? Hi. Hello? Who? What? Hello? Hi. Stop it. What? Hello? Hi. Hey.
Enough!
Stop it. What? Hello? Hi. Huh? Hello? Hi. Hello? What? Hey. Stop it.
Thank you. Unfortunately for our two Dexters, traveling this far in the future is pretty pointless because the future self that they encounter is too senile to recount any of his exploits from his heyday.
A world in dire need. Yes. A world in need of a hero. Yes. And there is only one man to do the job. Yes. One man smart enough. Yes. One man with the strength, the technology, the rugged, the good looks. That man is... Yes! 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 Us! Yes! 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 Do you remember? No!
Showing a very realistic and sad depiction of senility, this portion of the movie becomes a PSA in favor of euthanasia. Hashtag kill grandma. Forced between a rock and a hard place, they have no choice but to travel back in order to see how awful things were and how much better they made it. And how cool they really were. That's the important thing in this movie. How cool they really were. Or are. Or will become. God, from each perspective, this is really weird. Anyway, Old Man Gramps has this really great scene.
Chop chop! Elevator up! 13th floor, underwear, not here!
Actually, everything he says is pretty awesome.
Who put these stairs here? Oh, you're you. Don't you recognize us? You are? Yes, you're us. I am.
Presents? I didn't know it was my birthday. I'll be right down.
And annoying. It just makes you want to kill him. Hashtag kill Grandpa too. In the barren wasteland, they discover that Mandark has taken over and seized all intelligent thought. He has a monopoly on it and has grown really, really, really fat. Carbs, man. Carbs. I'm not sure if the parallels towards the myth of Prometheus is intentional here, but I can't help but think about man cast out of clay and the demons bring forth the fire. I don't know. Just my thoughts. Their creation of fire is quickly extinguished by Mandark's drones. Yes, they're Mandarks. You know it. Don't act like you don't. The drones themselves are killed by Cool Dexter. Yes, he is the Cool Dexter. He is the one that they've been searching for all their lives.
Many moons ago, Mandark and I were employed by the corporation as research scientists.
Holy exposition, Dexter!
My most prized invention, the neuroatomic protocore, fell into Mandark's clutches.
Oh my gosh, we left the core out in my cubicle.
You think so?
Incompetent fools set their positive flow to negative. The now corrupted energies of the core began to twist Mandark's already crooked mind, making him even more greedy and insane than ever before. I could take it no more. To escape the perversion of my own science, I went underground, literally. I dug a tunnel out from Mandark's tower. I dug, the negative neuroatomic energy swept the world, numbing the minds of the people.
Why doesn't the neuroatomic procore affect you? I mean, I know you've been digging for years, maybe even a decade underground, and that could shield you. But once you emerged, wouldn't it start making you stupid as well? Groovy! With the genius of four Dexters working in sync, they built a four-armed death machine tank to tear through Mandark's fortress. I really miss when cartoons could be this creatively violent. I really do. Is it me or did their tank just turn into Ed 209? I mean, you see it, don't you? Fat man, da na 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 na. Fat man, dark.
Well, I've taken steps to even the playing field.
So Mandark has access to a time machine, doesn't know how this ends. He's still a fucking brain in a jar. I guess time travel has no effect on the future. Everything that we know from science fiction's a lie!
Just like old times, eh?
Yeah, it's quite a reunion.
Okay, not gonna lie. This is a really good fighting maneuver. I can see them going to the big leagues. Just fighting in ether weight. I frequently bring up that movies don't answer every question that I have, and I have a lot of questions. I guess that's the point of suspension of disbelief. Now, I've questioned societies, timelines, literally anything, but nothing has raised more questions and infuriated me so much in my youth as this line.
You Clyde.
What is a schmagegi? And can I have one? So, number 12, or as I should have been calling him this entire time up to this point, Pussy Dex, finally nuts up, beats the shit out of older Mandark, and realizes that, hey, like in every action movie, a lever can be reversed and everything can return to normal.
No, I've always wanted the core. No, I stole the core. No, the core is mine. No, just because I'm bitter and jealous.
Ugh, that thing with the fingernails always gotten to me. It's not really the most practical place to keep a button. And all this bullshit happens. Now this is why capes are stupid. Smell my finger! Blow, Dexter, blow! Remember when Dexter pretty much said piss off to his sister and her teleporting through time? Well, she shot straight into the climax. And all the Mandarks fall madly in love with her again. Completely distracted by her beauty, which is fine for young Mandark. They're of the same age, but every preceding Mandark should be put on a list, and I don't mean mine. So Dee-Dee says her famous line, "What does this button do?" and saves the day, screwing over pretty much everyone, Dexter and Mandark. The polls are reversed, all intelligence is restored back to people, and Mandark's fat goes into his head, causing it to blow up. I'm not shitting you. That's what happens. That's how he becomes a fucking brain in the future. And again, he can time travel. Why doesn't he ask future brain cell, hey, anyway, I can avoid this? Now close off this causality loop, Dexter, and Dexter, in a fit of rage, not realizing what set them on this journey, build those very killbots at the beginning to kill the person who saved the future. Those are the description. Do not say Dee-Dee, the one that saved the future. Unfortunately, Dexter has an ego. So like most time travel movies, this ends with the hero traveling back a little too far and seeing the actions that set into motion the events. Unfortunately, he gets a headache from analyzing something that a 4-year-old could comprehend. He went back a little too far to see the killbots that he built. Closing scene is not his analysis of the event. Closing scene is the best fuck you to your sister that a cartoon could make without actually saying fuck you. So that was Dexter's Ego Trip. How's it hold up? For a cartoon that's 20 years old, yeah, 20 years, it holds up pretty damn well. The animation's immaculate, it is funny, it's full of action, it will hold your attention, and the parallels between Orwellian and Kafkaesque writing are flawless. It's a great show, but I'm biased. It was a great cartoon growing up, and I've watched the whole thing, even the half-assed Season 3 and Season 4. I hope they bring it back with the original creator, Genndy Tartakovsky. And I hope that the future is bright with you and with Dexter. See you next time. I'm Goth Santa. And if you want, leave a comment down below. Follow me on Twitter at Goth_Santa. Shoot me a tweet. And Happy New Year. Let the party begin.